Hi, I'm Sarah. Do you think the fires in Southern California are due to global warming? I'd like to give you my theory. I've been a licensed insurance agent in California since 2007. I stopped selling insurance in California in 2023. And the reason why is the state stopped trying to protect its citizens from wildfires. The leadership in California has failed to conduct proper wildfire mitigation with controlled burns and cleaning up the dead, dry brush that they ought to have been doing for almost a decade. And before the last decade, they weren't doing it as diligently as they had been previously. What is happening is the result of tons of fuel not having been maintained properly. When you leave the opportunity for dry brush to burn, you are asking and inviting a wildfire situation in catastrophic proportions, especially in areas where there are lots of hills, canyons, and ravines, which guess what? LA is full of all of that. It's full of all of that. Do you know that fire can create its own weather system? Newsom knows that. There's no way he doesn't. Did you know that fire systems create their own wind, carrying embers to other areas that might have more dry brush or more stuff to ignite, like houses and outbuildings, sheds? Because that's what fire systems can do. Did you know that fire actually accelerates going up a hill, which LA and California are full of? Newsom knew that. So did the insurance companies. That's why insurance companies over the last 10 years have been going to the Department of Insurance and requesting rate increases, because they knew these inevitable losses and catastrophic losses were going to happen in concentrated areas where they would not be able to pay out claims if they did not increase their reserves. The Department of Insurance denied rate increase requests to the level that the insurance companies needed them, and many carriers just up and left the state of California. The ones who stayed, the Department of Insurance ultimately realized, oh man, we better let them start getting some of these increases in. But the problem is it was too little too late. Not just too little too late, but the fact that now there's less insurers in California, increasing the risk for the people who are still here. So that makes it harder for the people who are still here to get insurance, because no insurance company wants to take on a whole entire area and be overly saturated, knowing that there are going to be catastrophic claims in those areas. You can't blame the insurance company for what the state failed to do. And yes, this fire 100% was exacerbated by the Santa Ana winds. No doubt about it. But it didn't need to have the amount of fuel that it had. That could have been taken care of by the state easily. It's not going to need to have the number of claims not being paid out because there's not enough reserves. People who are completely uninsured, who tried to self-insure, or those who thought they had great coverage and now they only have the California Fair Plan, which from what I was hearing earlier today might not have enough money to pay out fully on these claims. So this could be a catastrophe of worse proportions than what people even realize. And if you do have insurance and you did not insure your home for the reconstruction cost at your renewal, you decided to go a little bit lower because they were giving you that extended replacement cost, you made a mistake. And let me tell you why. The cost to rebuild, let's say it was $2 million. Now it's going to be $3 million. It's called supply and demand. And the faster you want it done, the more you're going to have to pay. So if you didn't have your properties insured to the full reconstruction cost, and you were counting on extended replacement cost or some other add-on to get more out of the claim, you're still probably going to be hurting a lot. So always insure your property for a full reconstruction cost and get extended replacement cost or guaranteed replacement cost or whatever. But make sure that you always do that. And make sure that when you vote for people who have your best interest at heart, not just the environment. Gavin Newsom, as I like to call him, thinks of the plight of the planet and the plight of other people before he thinks of the citizens of California. This should be a great example for you. He had every opportunity in which to conduct wildfire mitigation in this state, to keep insurance companies in this state, to keep rates lower, and to protect your homes, your businesses, your lives, and your assets, but he chose not to do that. He also chose not to put in more water reservoirs, even though every year we're crying in the state, we need more water, and we have all these fires to fight. It makes no sense. He also let 4 dams go that were holding water this past year. It almost feels intentional. Why are you doing these things that you know are going to create a higher risk for the residents of California? More money out of their pockets. Are you trying to own the state just to yourself? Or are you just trying to burn it all away? I don't understand. What the F is going on? Okay, I lost my mind a little bit there. But preventable measures were not taken by this governor, by the Department of Insurance, to protect you, the consumer, you, the tax-paying citizen of California, you, the resident of LA. You should be pissed. You should be mad. And you should be demanding more out of these people who failed you. I wish you all the best. I pray to God that you all had something lined up. But remember, when you vote for what happens to your life and everything you own.